Welcome to our channel. Cameron Diaz's rise to fame in the 90s still has us talking. A look back at her best movie performances. Cameron Diaz hooked fans in with her debut role in 1994's The Mask, and for 20 years she was one of Hollywood's biggest stars. The actress surprised fans in 2018 when she announced her retirement from the industry, having last starred in 2014's Annie. During her break, Diaz wed Benji Madden in 2015, and the couple have gone on to welcome daughter Raddix and son Cardinal via surrogate. When you do something at a really high level for a long period of time, when you're the person that's sort of delivering on this one thing, everything around, all parts of you that isn't that, has to sort of be handed off to other people, Diaz told Kevin Hart in August 2021 during an appearance on his talk show, Heart to Heart. Just, the management of me as a human being, Cameron Diaz is a machine. But for my personal, spiritual self, I was realizing that one part of me that functioned at a high level wasn't enough. A source exclusively told Us Weekly in March 2022 that Diaz had no regrets on taking a step back after going at 100 miles an hour for so many years. 2 months later, Diaz announced that she was ready to make her movie comeback alongside longtime friend Jamie Foxx. The pair co-star in Back in Action, which is due out in January 2025. But until then, Us is taking a look back at Diaz's most iconic movies. Scroll down for a blast to the past and to see which of Diaz's films are her absolute best. Jim Carrey might have been the lead character in this bizarre comedy about a masked superhero, but Diaz's Tina Carlyle will forever be one of our movie-style stars. Diaz was only 21 when she played Stanley Ipkiss' love interest, and her sex appeal was on a whole different level. Whether it was her strapless red dress or the Beetlejuice-style frock she wore on a date, we loved them all. Being Julia Roberts' movie rival would have been tough for any actress, but Diaz handled it with ease. Sure, Diaz's character, Kimberly "Kimmy" Wallace, was spoiled and not exactly the brightest, but she was so lovable that even Roberts' Julianne Potter eventually rooted for her to marry Michael O'Neill, Dermot Mulroney, who Julianne was madly in love with the whole time. If you haven't seen this movie, prepare to join in when everyone sings Say a Little Prayer at a packed restaurant because it's both joyful and hilarious. If Diaz wasn't an A-lister before, her role as Ted's Ben Stiller, dream girl from high school, Mary, cemented her superstar status. Mary is the girl next door who is so far out of Ted's league, it actually hurts to watch him try and fail to woo her as an adult. However, the most iconic part in the 1998 flick is when Mary uses hair gel she found at Ted's place to stick her hair straight up and still look flawless. IYKYK. Just when we couldn't love Diaz anymore, she teamed up with Drew Barrymore and Lucy Liu in 2000's Charlie's Angels to play spies Natalie, Dylan, and Alex, respectively. The girl power vibes throughout this film, and its 2003 sequel, Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle, continue to make us smile decades later. In addition to being a total badass on screen, Diaz wins the movie when she answers the door wearing Spider-Man underwear after an epic solo dance scene. Yes, Diaz's voice work as Princess Fiona will go down in history as one of her greatest ideas ever. Princess Fiona is sassy, self-sufficient, and full of funny one-liners that are almost as hilarious as her eventual ogre husband Shrek's, Mike Myers, quips throughout the animated film. Luckily for us, Diaz has reprised her role in 3 more Shrek movies, with a 5th installment in the works. Diaz, Christina Applegate, and Selma Blair all in one movie. Sign us up. After avoiding men for years, Christina, Diaz, meets her perfect match in Peter, Thomas Jane, while at a bar. When she misses her opportunity to date him, Christina grabs her girlfriends and hits the road for an epic journey to find love. Along the way, there is dancing, really, really good dancing. Lots of laughs and wild encounters, all of which make this movie a classic. This 2005 film pulls at your heartstrings in a way you'd never expect. When party girl Maggie, Diaz, hooks up with her sister Rose's, Tony Collette boyfriend, she seeks out their grandmother, who was never part of their lives. In a twist of fate, staying at her grandmother's, Shirley MacLaine, retirement home turns out to be the best medicine for Maggie and brings the sisters back together. Diaz is a perfect fit as the rowdy sister who doesn't have her life figured out, but her emotional performance is what has us rewatching this year after year.